The Blackbeard Pirates and their Devil Fruits. Hello One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece Nerd, and today let's talk about the Blackbeard Pirates. And as of chapter 1080, we've got introduced to other members of Blackbeard Pirate, the crew, and their Devil Fruits. And I think it's about time we make a solid matchup list with the Straw Hats. Well, I know it's been done already, but I want to talk about the fruits in details and possible matchups, and I think at this point, most of the matchups are mostly clear. Let me know what you guys think otherwise. Now, before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. Well, the first, of course, being Blackbeard. I'm not going to talk about him. We already know he's got the Gura Gura no Mi, he's got the Yami Yami no Mi. He's facing up against Luffy for sure, and still waiting on the third Devil Fruit. I've got spoilers on the next chapter. No, he doesn't get his third. Sorry about that. But moving on to Shiryu. Shiryu having the clear fruit. Now, I always have my doubts on whether or not this is either going to be Sanji's or Zoro's matchup. Because remember, Sanji always wanted the clear fruit. That was his dream. But now, he technically with the Germa suit, he has that power inherently and even better. And Shiryu is most likely going to be the opponent of Zoro because he's the swordsman. He's the swordsman who wants to take down Mihawk, and Zoro obviously wants to be the greatest swordsman in the world. That is a clear matchup, and I feel like this will also provide a clear contrast. Like, this is a sort of a parallel universe of if Zoro and Sanji were ever to fight in a serious matchup, and if Sanji used swords. Because Sanji has, like, the invisible power with his Germa suit, and of course Shiryu has the clear fruit. Think it makes for a pretty interesting matchup. It will basically also test Zoro's observation haki, which is not as good at Sanji as far as what I've seen. Let me know what you guys think as well. I like to believe that Sanji has the best observation. It's probably on par with Luffy, definitely. But Zoro is more focused on conquerors and armament at this point, and we don't really know how much of observation he has. Moving on to Avalo Pizarro with the Island Fruit. Now, Avalo Pizarro with the Island Fruit makes me think that, yeah, this guy is going to be a menace, this guy is going to be a monster, and aside from, of course, Senwan Wolf, he would probably be the most, what you might call, heavy hitter, one of the most heavy hitters, like quite literally heavy hitters of the crew. Now, I am not exactly sure of how this matchup will go, but I don't really have anyone on mind. Because there's no one as similar to Avalo Pizarro on the Straw Hats crew. Now, I could say it could be Frankie, because Frankie makes ships and whatever, whatnot. And Frankie might come up with giant creations that will be on par with Avalo Pizarro's whatever he does with the island and whatever. Now, before that, let's get the obvious matchups out of the way. Doc Q with the Six Fruit will definitely face off against Chopper. Doc Q making diseases or plagues or whatever, basically a worse version of Queen. And Chopper now has to come up with medicines for or cures for every one of the diseases. And that makes for, like, Chopper's dreams come true. That makes Chopper's dreams come true of trying to cure everything in the world. Every sickness in the world. I think that cures, that basically accomplishes what he wants to accomplish. And the last most obvious matchup being Van Augur with the Rap Fruit fighting off against Ussop with sniping skills. And this will test Ussop in a big way. I already made a video regarding Usopp's power-ups and what he needs to in order to beat Van Augur. I'm not going to get much detail into it. If you guys want to watch the video, go watch it. I'm going to get a lot of hate for it. I already did, but I don't care. I stand with my opinion. I would like to believe that Usopp has to do a lot of work, a lot more work to get to where Van Augur is. And it's not only his observation haki, it also is his sniping skills, because remember, Van Augur was infinitely stronger than Usopp, on par with Ussop pre-time skip. And with the Rap Fruit, who knows how much stronger he got. Now, I'd like to believe Ussop would have a hard time dealing with it. Not to mention, with slingshots and whatever, Ussop probably has to learn not advanced armament, but armament as well, because you just can't get away with whatever basic attacks and herbal things that Ussop uses now. I don't think that's gonna get him anywhere. So, two obvious matchups aside, we can move on to Katarina Devon with the Dog Fruit, the Ninetale model, and of course, two of the most prominent being either Nami and Robin. I would like to believe that this would be Robin because Katarina Devon can change appearances. Robin has history with, people of the dead. We've seen that in Wano, where she's been shown pictures of her mother, of Saul, and of O'Hara, and how she was affected. And I feel like this is going to be even more realistic and more of a challenge for Robin than anybody else. And of course, Katarina Devon, being the kind of person she is, likes to collect the heads of of women that she finds beautiful, that's more beautiful than her. And Robin obviously meets the mark. I wanted it to be Nami, but I don't really think that's gonna be the case. And I feel like this is one of the things that I would like to solidify 100% that, yeah, this is gonna be it. This is definitely gonna be the matchup. Alright, moving on to Jesus Burgess with the Strong Fruit. Now, Jesus Burgess and Lafitte are two of the most confusing matchups I have for Sanji, because Lafitte I always thought had the big legs and whatever. He went up to Marijo. I always thought his legs were always the most important part of him. He is the navigator of the Blackbeard crew though, so everyone's saying that, yeah, Lafitte probably has extra powers that we have no idea about. Like, maybe he's got weather type abilities or invisible type, I don't even know, illusion type abilities that's gonna face off against Nami, and they'll go illusion versus weather or whatever, I don't even know. But Lafitte being the navigator, Nami being the navigator, that's gonna be a matchup that everyone's talking about. I am not really sure. I always wanted to be Sanji, but then again, if that's gonna be the case, then Jesus Burgess is gonna be a tough one to handle. So Jesus Burgess, everyone said it's gonna be Sanji because it's brute force versus brute force. Technically, the only one with brute force, like literal brute force, is Sanji. I don't see anyone else dealing with this. And well, let me know what you guys think. I don't believe it's gonna be Frankie because I've already said that of course, Avalo Pizarro will fight off against Frankie because he can he can basically sort of use alchemy. I don't even know. He can use used to make soldiers and whatever out of the island, and Frankie can do the same with mechanics and robots. So that's something. I don't know how that's gonna go, but yeah, people are saying that Jesus Burgess will fight off against Sanji. I want to disagree with it, but I'm not a fan of it, but I can disagree with it. That's the point. Alright, moving on. We have to move on faster. And the next one being, of course, Vasco shot with the Glug Fruit. Glug Fruit is technically alcohol, and I'd like to believe that would be Zoro's best matchup, but no. Seriously, from what it seems, the Glug Fruit will mostly be used to basically make alcohol into fire or explosions, and I think there will be things beyond that I cannot comprehend yet. Oda's a creative guy. We know how much and how farther he can take this. So for now, I just want to say that, yeah, we'll end with, it'll definitely be Brook. If it's gonna be fire, I would like to see fire versus ice, and I don't really see any other things happening. Yeah, Brook has the soul thing. I don't know how alcohol could be turned into soul and whatever, but let me know what you guys think. That's still a mystery for me. That's one hell of a mystery matchup. And last but not least, I think I am done with the 10th Titanic Captain being... And of course, I'm missing one person, that is Jinbei. Jinbei's matchup. I would like to be... of course, Jinbei would end up with Senmon Wolf. Cinnamon Wolf can turn into a giant. Now, Chopper could turn into a giant. I thought that would be an interesting matchup if we're not going in the direct parallel route. Like, Cinnamon Wolf being the giant he already is, and Chopper with the monster point and everything, and even more stuff that he could come up with. That seems like an interesting matchup, but that's definitely not going to be the case. But Cinnamon Wolf against Jinbei seems the most obvious matchup in my opinion. I don't see how it could go any different. And with giantification, I feel like he could basically change his size into small and even large. And he could basically be what Luffy is on Gear 5, but he can only be giant. Like, with massive power, massive volume. And that's mostly what I have in mind. Let me know what you guys think about the fruits. I could go into a lot more details, but this is all I have for now. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.